I'm 56 and I don't date. I have been divorced twice. And before you come at me with the whole well, obviously you don't date, you're such a loser. No.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at 40-year-old women hitting the wall. Don't forget to drop a comment, make sure you subscribe if you are new here, and let's jump into it.
Girls, the main reason it's hard to date when you're 40 is because men our age, they don't look good. Number one, they never use sunscreen. That's why their skin looks much more wrinkly. And number two, they drink a lot. Oh my god, most men drink a ton. And they think they look good. They don't. It ages them so much. So it's hard to find a 40 plus year old man for us to date when you're late 30s or 40. And also, if you have your own money, then, what's the reason to date them, right?
It's never a wise idea to blame the men for not being good enough when you're the one that's over the hill.
Dating in your 40s is confusing because one minute you are talking to someone who has been married for 20 years, has teenagers, and has a whole emotional history. The next minute you are on a date with someone who is casually unemployed, missing a bed frame, and still figuring himself out. And you are supposed to just be open to both with the same energy. And I am like, okay, this is a lot of range. This is a very wide range.
She doesn't understand that at her age, those are the only men actually available to her. I love how all of these older women, guys, they think that they have so many options, but in reality, they don't have a whole lot of options at all. Because what it really comes down to is, can you get a man to commit to you, and what type of man can you get to commit to you? And the answer is not the ones they want.
So let's talk a little bit about dating. As a woman in her 40s that's been married and that has dated, it's not that easy. I've talked to several of my girlfriends as well as guy friends about dating, about using apps, about meeting people through recommendations, and all I can say is, and this goes vice versa as well, if someone wants to text you, they will. If someone wants to call you, they will. If someone wants to arrange a date and see you, they will.
The types of men these women want will make it known if he is interested. They are clearly not actually interested.
If it's really difficult, if someone isn't calling you, if you're waiting 24 hours for a text, if they don't want to plan anything and just say, well, let's just catch up, they're probably not that into you. It's not easy. You have to kind of learn from your mistakes. But I would always say you shouldn't have to chase someone, especially as a woman. The men are supposed to be the hunters, aren't they? Even though I know, as I said, it's different circumstances nowadays, and each to their own in terms of dating. But I would say don't chase. If something's meant to be, but it shouldn't be really hard work at the start. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on dating. What are yours?
Yes, men are hunters, but hunters don't actually chase. Chasing is probably the fastest way to go hungry if you're hunting things. What are we even talking about?
It comes in waves. Most of the time, I'm okay. And then it comes and hits me like nobody's business. And honestly, I've been feeling like this a lot lately. It's love. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing it myself. I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired.
She chose to be alone when she was at her peak. Now she has to live with actually just being alone.
It's not about being lonely, so I just want somebody. No, I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want to make coffee with that person. I want my person. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person?
I don't think women like this have any idea how insulting they sound when they start throwing around words like my person and partner and things like this. It just sounds ridiculous, right? It sounds like, you're entering into some kind of business agreement or something.
I'm tired. It's really hard when love is the one thing you can't force, you can't make it happen. It has to just show up, but where is it? Where is it? I'm so ready, and I have a beautiful life waiting for the perfect man to show up. But where is he?
She doesn't want any man. She wants the perfect man. That is her problem right there. You know, I spoke about this on a recent members only video where, like, there was this woman, I think she was 37, had 2 children, and was saying how now, because she's older and she was divorced as well, by the way. Now she's in this situation. Now she can select the men that she really wants. But the problem these women don't actually understand is that the perfect man doesn't actually want them. Okay, so they might go, well, I'm just going to wait for my Prince Charming. I'm a quote unquote high value woman. But they never actually consider what the men want. Okay, and that's really what matters, especially if you're a woman and you're looking to get married or something like this. Like, you know, you are really screwing yourself over here by waiting for the quote unquote perfect man.
You know, I'm 53. And I just can't believe that I'm sitting here, and it has been several years. I think it was over a year that I had a date, and then it's been several years since then. Where are all the good men that are ready and want to build a beautiful life together? Where are you?
Those men are probably building their own lives with younger women who didn't waste their time and who weren't a complete pain in the ass.
This is for all the 50-something women out there that are single and for the men that want to date them. Dating when she's finally happy alone is a different game because now she's not dating out of loneliness. She's not dating because she's bored or broken or trying to fill a void. She's dating from a place of peace, of snacks, of silence and sweatpants, and she's questioning everything. Like, why would I trade this little cozy bubble of emotional stability for a man who makes me feel anxious, confused, or constantly second-guessing myself?
If she's truly at peace with being on her own, then why is she even dating in the first place? You know, like, if you're someone who says, well, I'm happy being single, I'm at peace being on my own, but you're on like 5 different dating applications, I mean, what are we talking about here? Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm fine on my own, but it would be nice if I can get a man to pay my bills. Like, come on, let's just stop this whole charade.
You think I'm going to give up eating ice cream straight from the tub in a hoodie that smells like heaven to babysit someone's grown-ass ego? Please. When a woman is happy alone, she's no longer impressed by bare minimum energy. She's not excited by good morning texts that lead nowhere. She's not clapping for I was just busy excuses or breadcrumb attention. She's calm, she's healed, she's protective of her space, and if the vibe feels like emotional turbulence wrapped in fake deep conversations and inconsistent affection, she's out.
This is all completely imagined. She hasn't had the opportunity to experience the bare minimum in years. Let's be real.
Immediately, no dramatic exit, no 3-hour argument, no begging him to try harder. Just a quiet no thanks, followed by her Netflix, her favorite blanket, and absolutely zero anxiety. Because peace is expensive, and she paid full price for it with tears, with lessons, with long nights of healing, and boundaries that were built like brick walls. She's not giving up that because of someone that has a nice smile and a good playlist. She needs consistency, not chemistry, effort, not empty promises.
A woman who needs to make a speech like this hasn't done nearly as much work as she actually thinks she has.
A man, not another project. So if dating feels like a job interview, a group project, or a therapy session she didn't ask to lead, it's a hard no. Because when a woman has learned to love her own company, any man who enters her life better make it feel like a bonus, not a burden. She's not lonely, she's selective. She's not bitter, she's aware. And the moment you make her feel like being alone might be better than being with you, she will choose peace every single time. So if you want her, come correct or don't come at all. Because she's already got silence, snacks, and sweatpants. And honestly, that's a tough act to follow.
That line of thinking only really works for men because men know how to value that peace.
I'm 56 and I don't date. I have been divorced twice. And before you come at me with the whole like, well, obviously you don't date, you're such a loser. No. I was divorced twice because both men were idiots, all right? And I divorced their asses, and I learned my lesson. And now I'm fabulously single.
Calling your husbands, by the way, plural it seems, calling them idiots just shows how bitter and unpleasant she really is to be around.
I love being single. The single independent woman is the new success. That is the new luxury. To be a woman who doesn't need a man for money, for power, for pleasure is the best ever. And especially at this age, it's like my kids have moved out. I don't need a man. I've got my glass of wine. I've got my TV. I've got my life. I've got my girlies, my friends. I've got my career.
It's very interesting how the second thing she mentioned was her alcohol. I think it's very telling.
I'm pursuing my dreams. I am putting all my energy into loving my life and making shit happen in my life. I'm making more money than ever because all that energy I used to put into relationships, guess what? I put it into me now. And that means I'm more successful, I'm more creative, I'm more inspired, I make more money. Yeah, I have no interest in dating. And it's amazing.
The amount of cope that is in this rant of hers is clearly off the damn charts.
Hey, I'm Colleen. I'm 58. I'm a widow of 7 years. I will never marry again. Ever. And I'm not even interested in dating at all. And let me say this, the likelihood of me ever cohabitating with a man, why? This is my turn. This is my third act. I'm flying solo. And the peace that I feel and the freedom that I feel just to live my life is so profound, I can't even really begin to describe it.
It sounds rather strange how she almost sounds like she's happy her husband passed away.
I say things like, I get to do what I want, where I want, how I want, if I want, etc. But I also get to build a home completely that is reflective of me. I walk into my space and I'm, this is me. It all feels me. It's safe. It's my energy. There's no angry man. There's no walking on eggshells. There's no getting punished for liking certain things. What relationships are complicated. I will never marry again. I will never be legally attached to somebody again. I said what I said. I'm way happier on my own. I have friends like, oh, what are you going to do if you don't marry again? Fucking live my life.
It's one thing to accept your husband's passing, but it's another to be acting like she is.
People often ask if I date younger men, and the answer to that is, yeah, almost exclusively. Why? Because I am a 60-year-old woman who looks like she's, tops 45. Whereas the 60-year-old men I see out there, those motherfuckers look like they're 75. And that is a 3-decade delta that my vanity and vagina simply will not abide. My name is Sophia Chang, and I am 1,000% certain that I'm the baddest bitch in the room.
It is hypocritical for older women to go after younger men when they demonize men for it. You know, so many of these older women will call you a creep if you want to date a 23-year-old, but if they want to date a 23-year-old, then it's completely fine and she's like empowered or something.
I mean, I wouldn't date older women if I could help it. Not that it's not going to be some older women that are decent, but probably not. Your chances are higher. Getting a younger woman, you're still moldable. Old bitches always want to act like they know something because they older. Bitches don't know shit different than when they was younger, but they gonna act like, and that shit is irritating, so.
A younger woman wants to take care of her man. An older woman demands to be taken care of.
I used to think women my age were bitter. I used to be like, they're just bitter. You know, they've been burned by one man and they blame it on the rest. And I became a woman my age and I'm in my 40s and I'm single and I realized I'm not bitter. They're accurate. Looking for emotional intelligence, and the odds of finding an emotionally intelligent man are so slim, if not impossible, capable of it, because they show us that they're capable of it, but the only time that they actually use it is to manipulate, to get you on the hook, to pull it away, so then you have to ask, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Because they have learned that manipulation is how you get a woman hooked.
The problem is, if that is true, these women exclusively chase after those manipulators.
out. So then by the time you reach your 40s, you just don't even look, you know, you're like, actually late 30s. I stopped looking in my late 30s. It's not because I'm bitter. It's not because I hate men. It's because I know what I'm looking for. Very slim chance that it's out there. It's full contentment. I'm sorry, ladies, for thinking that you were just old and bitter. And I know the young girls are going to think that I'm old and bitter, but just wait, just wait, just wait.
She is most certainly bitter, and no amount of denial can ever actually change that.
There's a trending question in our Facebook group. If you're not already in our Facebook group, head over there. It's Decode Your Divorce Facebook group. And the question is, why aren't today's marriages lasting like our grandparents' marriages lasted? Tell me what your thoughts are, and I'll tell you if it's in the majority or the minority of what other people are saying.
It's fairly obvious modern wives resent their husbands and divorce thinking that they deserve better.
About being not married and brown, or not brown even. Does it get lonely? It absolutely does get lonely. And as you grow older, you become more and more particular about what you want and what you don't want.
Less flexible.
Yes, that doesn't mean that I'm going to think of myself as though there is a ticking, machine or whatever it is. I'm not going to compromise. I know what I want, and I want the other person to also know what they want. But if you ask me, maybe I'd say that if you have the chance to get married between 23, 26. Like, I don't pressurize myself just because it hasn't happened, but if I could, I would get my younger sisters or cousins married, like, between the age of 23 and 28, probably.
Knowing what you want and refusing to compromise are not selling points to men, okay? If you're a dude and you hear this, like, you will probably just immediately cringe and go, no, thank you.
No, you're right also, because at that age, you have access to a lot more people of the opposite gender who are like you. And it's easier to find someone. And as you said, you're a bit more flexible. You can grow together.
Yeah, grow together.
Definitely agreed.
But do I beat myself up that I'm single? No.
No. Life is good.
Yeah, life's good.
It's that flexibility that allows relationships to last, but too many modern women are completely stubborn.
Husband store? What is this? Hello, you may visit the store only once. There are 6 floors and the value of the husband increases as the shopper ascends the flights. The shopper may choose any man for a particular floor, or may choose to go up a floor, but cannot go back down except to exit building. These men have jobs. Going up. These men have jobs and love kids. Keep it going. These men have jobs, love kids, and are good looking. Wow. I gotta keep going.
It is natural to want the best mate possible, but modern women turn that into complete overdrive where it's just gotten totally unrealistic.
These men have jobs, love kids, drop dead gorgeous, and help with housework. Oh, God. I can hardly stand it. Gotta go. These men possess same qualities as 4th floor, plus good lovers. To the top, baby. There are no men on this floor. This floor exists solely as proof that women are hard to please. Thanks for stopping by.
That's what happens when you keep gambling with your youth and thinking that you can do better.
Hell yeah, hon. Get your tip.
I want to bring up something that I don't think we talk about very often, and that's just how difficult it is to leave a marriage or a long-term relationship to a nice guy. And this isn't to diminish how challenging it is to end a relationship to someone who is clearly not being so nice to you. That also takes a ton of courage and self-compassion to work your way through.
Leaving a good man is not a brave thing. It just shows how entitled some of these women actually are.
When you're with someone who's really kind and you've been feeling unfulfilled for a while, it is really hard to understand that it's the lack of connection and emotional intimacy in the relationship that is leading to your dissatisfaction. You can't bear the thought that it is. So you will deceive yourself. You will essentially gaslight yourself and say that it's your career or the stress of raising kids or anything else beside your relationship.
She refuses to call it what it is. It's resentment to the man for not being the man that she actually wanted.
I hate him. I miss him. He treated treated me so bad. He used to make me so happy. Why did I let him disrespect me like that? I don't care about him. I should check up on him. I hope he had a bad day today. I still love him. Let it go.
It's funny how these women will obsess over men, but also think that men obsess over them. It makes no sense. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.